So how have you found this term?
Come and grab a seat. I don't think I was getting out of it before 10.
Okay, great. Let's get cracking.
What was really nice, and I'm just going to embarrass Blake for 1 second. Just 1 second, because everyone else is looking at you in wonder at the moment, Blake.
Look, lad, I'm just him.
Do you want to do some sketching?
I hate graphs.
So, integration. Happy?
Yeah,
How are you finding it?
pretty good, yeah. I quite like it.
Was there anything that kind of surprised you or challenged some of those notions, those preconceived notions that you came into this with?
You're not justified in believing in the existence of Tooth Fairy now.
The scallop has actually re-evolved the eye. They actually have these sort of parabolic mirrors.
When it opens, you can see it looking at you.
That is absolutely fascinating.
I know. These cases get sort of jazzy.
What the heck was he doing? What was his purpose? Everybody has a purpose.
But we as the reader, with our own point of view, are able to see that.
Being kind of this deep, radicalised, commercialised figure, does that transform our understanding of Hall? Does that make you a bit more sympathetic, Harry?
Kind of blasphemous to refer to them as monsters.
Completely.
If you think that certainty is required for knowledge, it seems to commit you to the claim that there's no such thing as scientific knowledge, because scientific knowledge is not knowledge, because it's not certain. Is that a bullet you want to bite?
Is there anything that you want to ask at this point?
It's like 3 lines.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The other way is 1 line, but yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, we really got it right. Created these machines that make stuff for us so that we don't have to make them. Everything is great.
Surely anyone's an honest person until they lie.
I suppose that's the question, isn't it?
And who wants to be Dio quickly?
I'll do it.
Okay.
¿Qué hacías?
Nada.
Estaba leyendo.
Sí.
That's a lot of things to hold in your head at once.
It was like 6:30 in the morning after a night out. I was not thinking.
I don't think I need to hear when you did your assignment.
Creative. The common ancestor of all crustaceans is actually also the common ancestor of all insects, which is interesting because you can draw quite a lot of parallels between them.
Do you know loads about crustaceans now? I really hope crustaceans come up for you in the exam.
I hope so too.
Could you just expand a bit on what you were saying about the local?
Even in their own way, even if they weren't actively being violent, they still kind of used violence.
Would that be justified?
It's tricky. This is a really sort of difficult thing to get one's head round.
Maybe it didn't necessarily belong in the essay, or if it did, it maybe belonged as a counterpoint, like a counter-argument.
David, would you like to summarise your essay, please?
That both characters have a sort of a deeper connection with nature, or the natural world.
Every single day of human and natural history, I suppose, the sun has risen in the morning. And that gives us pretty strong reason to believe that the sun will rise tomorrow. Are we certain? Why?
It's possible the sun won't rise tomorrow. Very, very, very unlikely.
Right,
But
cool.
There is the possibility there.
So that not being the case is a possibility we can entertain.
So it's like a sort of happy ending, a sort of comedy happy ending.
We're just getting pancakes after this.
Oh, okay.
Well, on that poetic note, let us stop.